All right. Well, it's been a while, so I figured I'd go ahead and jump into a stream, even if it's not the most useful. And the reason I say that is because I ran out of AI credits, tokens for my max plan, and not my 5x max plan either, my 20x. I'm gonna show you guys some things real quick, and hopefully you'll see what's going on here. It's pretty crazy. Um, so I created an app. Claude Loop came out, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this. Sounds interesting. And so I proceeded to set up a cron job that absolutely obliterated my tokens. And I started on a Sunday building it. It's Wednesday. I'm completely out of tokens. I'm at zero on tokens right now until Sunday. So that's fun. And yep, that's kind of how this is going. Pretty crappy, but at the same time, it's a learning opportunity. It didn't happen in the middle of a big project push or anything. It's South by, so I'm you know, able to take some breaks and go attend some meetups and meet some people and do that whole thing anyway. So there's some silver lining. The only other thing is I have an opportunity to build a Shopify app using Warp. So I've been a fan of Warp since I first came across it, and then I got away from it and started using Cloud Code, obviously. But now I have a chance to use an existing project called Fixture Tracking, where I'm combining Shopify with Google Ads, with Google Tag Manager, with the Google Workspace CLI, and a couple of other tools that I'll probably cover, maybe, perhaps, at some point. But essentially, this client, ProWaken, needs some help setting up a tagdifier during checkout. And so I kind of went through it earlier today with said client and, typical debugging stuff, unless you guys haven't seen this before. But you go through a fake, like a test transaction, whatever. And then I go and I've got to create payment, blah, 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 fake, 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 and pay, and I should see it trigger. The problem is, it has been, is that once I get to the checkout, get this no Google tags found. So I got to solve around that, and I think it has a lot to do with this. It's going to be my guess. It's living inside a GTM, so I need to figure out without AI as a crutch how to set this up. Now, the beauty of this is I know exactly how I would approach this if I was just using Claude. I would just go into Claude and ask the question. But again, like I said, I am at zero on the tokens, completely at zero. Um, I have a couple of different ways that I can still get access to it. But instead of taking this as problem or an issue, I want to build an app. And so I need to learn about it before I do it. But essentially, I'm going to use Warp. I'm going to use the CLI in Shopify. I'm going to use CLI tool I have for Google Cloud so I can access GTM API, and I think I have access to the GTag API too. Let me go ahead and do that real quick, actually. So I think I'm good there, and I can just hop in. Yeah, that should be good. And then API keys won't be here. And then I'll just enable it. see if I get anything. I mean, you gotta give it a little bit more than that. Nah. Um, nah. Let me see here. Uh, it's probably the data API. Hmm. So I'm gonna use this setback, if you will, as an opportunity for me to like expand my skill set. And yeah, it's gonna be a struggle. And it's probably not the best to be streaming um the not so pretty parts, but oh well, I don't really care. I don't have, I mean, big shout out to you if you're here, but also I'm not really tripping about not being perfect at this stage of my career. Because the truth of the matter is I was able to like set up an entire project, several projects here, and look into my iCloud through Cloud Code Select, this thing that I built, and do things over the past couple of days. And I cleaned up a code base. I built a website all through this. Um, Maybe I should show you that so you guys can kind of see. It's easy for me to tell. I was able to interact with voice. This is a bad example, but it actually would take the voice and then go do things. So that was kind of cool. Here's organized AI for like basically AI agent infrastructure, OpenClaw, Cloud Code inside of Slack, um, everything in between, agent setup, enterprise stuff. I got my first enterprise inquiry this week, so that was kind of cool. Um, or last week actually. Probably should follow up. But yeah, it's just like I can use all these things and build all these things. This is already set. So let me go to GTag docs. And then I know there's like a night mode. Maybe not. Okay, whatever. So yeah, this GTag config. I'm so excited to just ask um Claude later. That's going to be a big piece because ultimately there's a issue with the domain, and I've got to be able to get access to it. So there's going to be some interesting ways that I can go about doing that. But the main thing is I got to be able to send this data over to Google Ads. So as we set all this up, we get to user provided data. We got like all this stuff, my API, platform stuff, blah, 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 blah. I can see the platform version, I can see that I was submitting a form, et cetera, et cetera. So being able to send this over is really useful on top of the fact that I can like plan for it and see the rest of my tags while that's happening. Um, but the beauty of it is I set up every one of these things a while back using this. So yeah, using Google, I'm sorry, Cloud Code inside of Cursor. So essentially, it wasn't this one. You guys can see that I'm having issues here. But I set up this entire code base just to do this type of thing. And it's nice and neat. And this is just one of the code bases. I have separate code base for per Awaken, but you get the gist and you don't need to see all the sauce. It's not necessary. If someone really wanted to see how I built something, more than happy to do that, but that's more of a paid consultation type of situation. But yeah, so that's what's happening. We got this shop app. Um, that's making me to where I need to be able to get access to it. Um, so digging back into my bag from way back, there's a version of this that I need to experiment with. So I've got Pro Waken, I've got this version of it. This isn't the one that I want. There should be another version of Pro Waken available to me so that I can do my thing. But on top of that, this thing about data collection is this is working, but the version that the client has isn't working. And so that's kind of it's a red flag right there, man. Let me see if I have access to the tag. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him a message real quick. I got this Apple Watch so that I could monitor open clause, and it's been kind of interesting. Not gonna lie. Got this. I think that's it. App.shop. Shop.app. So I will also say this is the first time setting this up in this way for um, Shopify. So that's a part of the game as well. Mm. You see how this gateway works? I haven't experimented with this yet, but it might be time. And you just got to get better, man. You just got to get better. I can set all this up through State. Mm, yeah, ad blockers. First party. Okay. Nice. Yeah, that seems like what I'm running into too. I wonder if I'm like completely, yeah, I'm washed completely out. I got so much white right now that I might want to switch my filter type. So let me do that real quick. That's the whole point. I do care about aesthetic. I want it to look cool. That is part of it. So it's just gonna make it difficult for you guys to. I might have to do like the other version just for this one because I got so much white screen and I'd rather y'all just be able to actually read what the hell's going on rather than focus on me, but also make it enjoyable to watch to an extent. All right, cool. So I'll just look like Belly. Shout out to you if you get the reference. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta solve that. I think the custom JavaScript actually got the right value. Yeah, you can scrape it from the data layer. I get that. Hmm. Interesting. There is a play here, and there's something going on to where I'll need to um yeah, that might be what's going on. Yeah, it might be a consent issue. Mm.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আশা করি সবাই ভালো আছেন। আজকে নতুন একটা ভিডিও নিয়ে আসলাম। ভিডিওর মেইন টপিক হচ্ছে আ Shopify ওয়েবসাইটে কিভাবে ডেটা এনেবল করতে হয়, সাথে Google Analytics স্কিমা দিয়ে। তো এর জন্য আমরা কোনো মেন্টর কিংবা কোনো বড় ভাইয়ের কোনো আ জাভাস্ক্রিপ্ট কোড ইউজ করব না। আমরা যে চলনসই অ্যাপটা আপনাকে ইনস্টল করে
Customer events. Let's see something real quick. I mean, technically, I could set up. Mm, mm. Let me see something real quick now. There's the one.
Hi, in this video, I'm going to show how can we solve
Yeah.
tag found issue in your Shopify store. So you might be right, add Google Tag Manager code or add some code to enable data layer for Google Tag Manager in your Shopify store. But when you go to Google Tag Manager and click in here preview, and you see like this kind of issue which is tag not found. And you might be see some event in here like view item add to cart. But when you go to checkout page and also make a purchase, you will not see
Right.
any event related to this page like purchase begin checkout.
I'm gonna cut off after this, but yeah, let's do this real quick.
So let's see how can we solve this issue. So Shopify was deprecate their checkout page additional script. They will deprecate this in August 2025. And the new option is we have to use customer event. And I create two video regarding this solution. I show how can we
You gotta use
connect tag
customer
manager.
event.
You can see how can we connect tag manager with our Shopify site and how can we enable data layer completely free schema and necessary. I mean, after seeing this, you will understand. And also I make another video yesterday, which is, I mean, I showed normal two way. How can we
So if I was using Claude, I would have it ingest this video and other videos. I'd find like 5 of them that are talking about customer events inside of Shopify. I'd have it ingest it, and then I would use the MCPs that I have around Google Tag Manager and first Google Tag Manager and then eventually State as well. And then I'd have it come up with a solution that uses my existing tools and adds value to them through like specifically Shopify so that I could detect if a site that I'm dealing with in the future for a customer is based on Shopify. And then I'd be able to adjust my Google Tag Manager accordingly.
Google Tag Manager with our Shopify store and how can we enable
Probably create a skill or
to solve
plugin.
this issue, we have to just simply go to Google Chrome extension, Chrome Web Store, or like any of this browser web store, and actually have to add this extension in your browser. So I already add this extension in my browser, you can see, and you have to go to your Google Tag Manager, and then you have to click in here your Google Tag Manager container ID, copy this code from here, the head section code, and go to your website and click on the extension which you was which you was added in your browser, and then click in here the settings icon, and make sure that in your case, if you visit first time, you could receive like that. So what
Ads
we have to
worth.
do,
Shout
we have
out
to
to
just click
ads
here
worth.
this checkbar, and we have to also click in here, and then we have to add in here the code which we was copied. Just add in here this code. So in zip. So if I recap this again, which is we have to add this Chrome extension in our browser, and then we have to go to Google Tag Manager, and we have to copy Google Tag Manager here section code and go to our website again. And then here we have to click in the extension which we was added in our browser and click here the settings icon, and we have to check. We have to enable this this checkbox, as well as you have to click in here. And here you can see option where you have able to add some code. So which code we was copied from Google Tag Manager, we just simply paste in here this code and click here save. And the thing we are do, which is in your website. So first visit your website and do these things. So now if I go to Google Tag Manager, for example, I just leave this, copy the URL, and I just go to again my tag manager, click here preview. So Google Tag Manager preview mode will connect with my website. Here you can see we have to add our repository URL, click here connect. So Tag Manager preview mode connecting and properly connected with our website. And this is also here you can see all of this data are appearing here, like we not state tag not found issue. Okay now. So now I should see in here purchase event. Just not only purchase event, I should also see in here with user data, like first name, last name. And yep, if I click in here, you can see purchase event. If I click in here data layer, you can see purchase event, all of this data like transaction ID, value, tag, shipping currency, coupon ID, and area. And in the area, all of this necessary data. And
So
we also have in here like user, customer, first name, last name, email, hash mail,
and then I
city.
catch it with data layer push.
So I have user data. So like you can also send this user data for to set up Google's enhanced conversion tracking, and you can also send this event to increase Facebook event quality. So one thing which is I should say, which is Google made some change with enhanced conversion tracking. So I'll update this tomorrow another video where I show how can we send enhanced conversion data with the new way, with the new update. So our problem is solution. So now with this data event, you can now send this data in Meta, Google Analytics, Google Ads, TikTok, I mean whatever platform where you need. And another thing is which is after set up all of this tag and I mean testing everything, make sure you go to your website again, click on this extension and go to settings. And then what you was enabled, what code you was added, make sure you just remove this, disable this box, and you also remove this code from here. And then like if you, then make sure you also click on here save. So after that, just normally go to tag manager and submit your setup to like setup. So what is the summary if I like say, which is normally, if you're enable choice data layer, in case customer pixel and customer event, if you have any code to enable voltage data layer, which is you not see in voltage manager preview mode. So you have to add this extension and doing these things, what I was sharing this video to see this event in here. And after you complete your tracking setup, so then
I have this, which is similar, but I don't think yeah, I've got the wrong GTM container in there. So there's that. Probably play around with this real quick. Whoa. Yeah, my battery